Mr. Richey is in the audience tonight. George Richey is up next.
The first thing I have to do is find a way to keep this glass from falling.
I did, JD.
I would like to congratulate my friend Norro. I've known him for some decades. He's been a true friend. I don't see him as often as I used to, but I see him as often as I want to. But for just a moment, if you will give me the time, I would like to take just a second to wish him. Some weeks ago, I received a phone call from Dave saying, "We'd like you to spend an evening with this toasted Norro Wilson. Would you attend?" And I said, "Hell no." Who's going to be there beside me and Norro? If somebody's going to toast him, I think we'll be short in attendance. Then he explained, no, it's really a roast. I wouldn't miss it. I deserve to be here. I've been a jerk all my life, Norro. Now it's my turn. I really think that Ray Stevens, myself, Ralph Emery, many of your so-called friends would probably make a parking lot out of you. I think we've carried you longer than your mother did. You know about that, Reba. Barbara, if you substituted for the good Nazi Billy Sherrill. You know about it too. Kenny Chesney knows. It's for certain that Buddy Cannon knows. He's damn tired of it. Norro, truly, some will say, this is your night. But all I can think of is, what the hell for? First of all, you probably won't remember the night past midnight. His memory is not what it used to be, I can tell you that firsthand. We were at dinner last Saturday night, and we were at Sperry's. So I'll relate that little story that truly did happen just last Saturday. After having a couple of drinks, a complete meal, and dessert, I thought it was a great night. Norro's young son, if it's his, David. I'm not even sure if Patsy knows for sure he's hers. But after a great meal, we finished dessert. Norro really frantically began to cry. I said, "Norro, what's the matter, buddy?" He said, "Well, I've got a 22-year-old girlfriend at home. She makes love to me every morning, then she gets up and makes me pancakes, sausage, fresh fruit, Bruce, freshly ground coffee." I said, "Well, why are you crying?" Norro said, "She makes me homemade soup for lunch and my favorite brownies. And then she makes love to me till half the afternoon." And I said, "Norro, what? I don't understand. Why are you crying?" David, his son, was there, came over to try to help soothe his father. I said, we both asked, "What's the problem?" He said, "Dad," I said, "Narcy. Well, for dinner she makes me a great meal with wine and my favorite dessert, and then she makes love to me until about 2 o'clock in the morning." And I once again said, "Norro, why then are you crying?" And he said, "I can't remember where I live." restaurant, a little meat and three, as we call it, a number of years ago off Franklin Road, around what used to be the Melrose Cinema. Truly happened. Norro and I went in, and he said to the young lady, "I would like some black-eyed peas, some corn, mashed potatoes, steak, and cornbread." She wrote it all down, and then she said, "Well, we don't have no cornbread. What else can I get you?" "Well, I'd like some black-eyed peas and some mashed potatoes and corn and some steak, and then I'd like to have some cornbread." She again said, "Sir, we don't have no cornbread." He said, "I know damn well you do. Now bring me some cornbread." And the little gal finally said, "If you won't say anything, we do have some cornbread, but it's only for the employees. The owner lets us have it every day for lunch." "How'd you know we had cornbread?" Norro said, "You got 6 pounds on your teeth." Is it true, Norro?
Yes.
Margot touched on the fact that Norro at least thinks he's a connoisseur of fine wines. Bullshit. Let me tell you a true story. About 30 years ago, Norro, myself, Billy Sherrill, Glenn Sutton, probably the Ahab, I'm sure, Ray Stevens, Jack Norman Jr., a number of us lived at Mario's when it was on West End Avenue. And having expense accounts, as we all had, with Columbia Epic and Norro with Gallico or whomever he was screwing Dutch composer business at the time. We spent lots of money there. Never thought about it. No, we never thought about it, that's the fact. One night, and at that particular time, on West End Avenue, Mario's men's room was on the second floor. Those of you who go back 30 plus years will remember that. Norro said to Mario, and because of all the money that we collectively spent there, we could intimidate Mario, as big as he was and still is. And Norro said, his exact words, "Hey, you cheap son of a bitch, why don't you go get us one of those expensive bottles of wine and give it to us as a gift? We spend thousands of dollars a month with you, and we get nothing but a bunch of garbage." So Mario willingly, and maybe more reluctantly, went down to his cellar, and he did have fine wine, still does. And I think the fine wine at the time was maybe $400 or $500 a bottle, and that was a lot of money then. But at about the time Mario brought the wine to the table, Narcy had to go to the boys' room on the second floor. And it was our opportunity to tell Mario, bring the 29-cent ripple for Narcy. And he poured a glass of 29-cent ripple, or whatever the cheap junk was. And Norro came back down. And he seated himself and he said, "It's time for a toast. We'll toast us. We must be the elite, chosen people on this earth. We know everybody worth knowing. We have either written, in his case, stolen, more hit songs and produced more records collectively on all of these magnificent artists from around the world than anyone should ever achieve the success we've had. God put us here for a special reason. We're select. The nectar of the gods. Did it happen, Norro? The nectar of the gods. He's a connoisseur. Norro, everyone has had a lot of fun at your expense tonight. But I must tell you, you are loved in this town. You're loved by me. You're loved by all of these people because you are lovable. It's absolutely true that I have never, ever, and perhaps he's the only person I could honestly say this about, I've never heard the first person say anything negative about Norro Wilson. I truly haven't. I did get a telegram today. Nothing negative. I think it's fitting. It was from Mutt Lang, if you don't mind if I mention that name, Shania's husband, saying, "Thanks, Luke, for not allowing Norro to do the second album." God bless you for all you did for her career, Norro. But I must tell you, Norro, and you don't know this, I'm sure. Probably none of you do. 18 months ago, this day, 2 or 3 hours ago, I lost the love of my life, Tammy Wynette. She truly adored Norro, as Norro adored her. I remember very little about the public service, Norro, but I do remember what you said. It was something to the effect, I always thought she was an angel. Now I know she is. She has no voice anymore, but I think I can speak for her. And if she were here, without doubt, I do believe with all my heart, she would say, to my friend, Norro Wilson, you are the nectar of the gods.